Hello, it's Monday morning. Welcome to Leadership Monday. Leadership Monday is your favorite program where you take delivery of your nugget, that which empowers you to do leadership right. My name is Olatunji Shobodu. You know very well I'm your anchor. Today I'm going to be speaking on, I'm sure you must have seen it, authority matters. Authority matters. It matters to leadership. It matters to your responsibility as a leader. And I'm asking you, don't do without it. Don't neglect it. All right? Don't do without it. Don't neglect it. Authority matters. Now, forget those general, sweeping statements that people make talking about not using your authority as a leader and all of that, seeking for influence. Yes, you need influence. A leader needs influence. And by the way, you may want to refer to my piece on influence. If you have not heard about the Share newsletter, is my weekly newsletter. Actually, I publish it twice a week, and I speak on relevant subjects, on relevant aspects of the subject of leadership. So you want to subscribe to the newsletter, and so that you can get, written nuggets this time. All right. Twice a week at the very least. And then, of course, there's a community, and you can be part of the community and share benefits that the community offers. All right. So authority matters. Authority matters. If you're a leader, authority matters. Authority has to be part of the toolkit that you use if you want to be effective as a leader. If you don't use your authority, then you will be shortchanging yourself. Authority matters. Authority refers to the power or the right, okay, to give instructions, to take decisions, to control people, to control something. You need that authority. You need that authority. Make no mistake about it. There's a reason why leaders are given authority. There's a reason why when you're appointed into a role or the other, authority comes with that role. Yes, influence is important. All right. You want to seek influence with your people, but it takes a while to build the trust that will give you that kind of influence. In the interim, the work has to be done. And that's where authority becomes crucial. It's one of the areas where authority becomes crucial. You need authority, all right, in order to promote order. The Bible says, let everything be done decently and in order. Now, one of the ways to ensure that there is order, one of the ways to ensure that things are done decently is the use of the leader's authority, Also, authority is critical if you want to control. All right. I mean, imagine you need authority to be able to control. Look at that definition. To control people, you need authority. You need to be able to control your team. As a leader, you must be able to control your team and your team members. It's important. It's important. The journey is not a journey where everybody can do whatever he or she likes. All right. People will do things according to how the leader wants things done. It doesn't mean that you are micromanaging. It doesn't mean that you are exerting excessive control. It means that, there is need for you to control your people in the course of leading them, and authority comes handy to get that in place. Like I said before, especially when, they are yet to when you are yet to build influence with them. Authority is required to get things done. Authority is required to get things done. And this is where I'm going to, invite your attention to an encounter that took place, all right, that makes the point very clearly about the place, the strategic place of authority, in a leader's toolkit. There was a man, whose servant was sick, very sick, almost dying. He was a soldier, a centurion, and he sent emissaries to Jesus. And, they went pleading his case, told about the great things that he had done. And Jesus said, okay, I'm going to go to his house. And as he made an effort to go towards his house, the man himself had come looking for him. And he said to him, sir, you don't need to come to my house. All right. You don't need to come to my house. All that you need to do is just speak the word. All right. And I know that what I want, I would receive. Just speak the word. And Jesus must have been thinking, wow, this is new. I haven't heard this before. He actually said that. And then, the man told him what was his justification. Why was it that he was thinking in that manner? He said, sir, I'm a man under authority. I understand what authority means. I understand what it can do. He said, I'm a man under authority. He said, I have people, all right, who also report to me. And I say to this one, go. And he goes. I say to that one, come. And he comes. That's how I get things done. All right. That's how, it's one of the ways I get things done. So you just speak the word. I understand that you are a man of authority. I recognize your authority as a leader. And please, I'm open for you to use that authority, because I know that that authority is the way that you get things done, is the instrument, that you use to get things done. And Jesus said, wow, said, I have not seen this kind of faith. All right. I haven't seen somebody with this kind of understanding of the strategic place of authority in the arsenal of a leader. That's what Jesus was saying. He said, look, I mean, perhaps, people loathed those who are in places of authority. And in any case, there were hypocrites as well, in those days, who didn't know how to use their authority. And that will bring me to the next thing that I want to say about, authority. I said, I mean, I'm amazed that there are still people like this who understand the place of authority, all right, in the operation of a leader. This man, because of his exposure, understood what authority meant for a leader. And he positioned himself, all right, to take advantage of the use of the leaders of authority for his benefit. I'm going to be speaking more on that on Thursday, yes, on leadership in 30 minutes. I'll be speaking more on that, on leadership in 30 minutes on Thursday. So you want to join me. I'm talking about the shortcut to the leader's heart, the shortcut to the leader's heart. Make sure that you don't miss it. Make sure you don't miss it. All right. So that's what transpired. And needless to say, Jesus used the authority, for his benefit. Use the authority for his benefit. Now, this takes me to, so you see how authority, is an instrument that a leader engages to get things done. Jesus did it. In the case of this guy, he understood, he opened himself up, he showed respect for the authority of the leader, and he benefited from it. All right. Now, the problem usually that people have with authority is the fear of misuse or abuse. All right. A lot of leaders tend to misuse it. When they are given authority, they misuse it. They misuse it. And one of the tests of a good leader is the ability to use authority and power, all right, well, to use them for the purpose for which they are given. All right. Good leaders know how to use authority. They use it for the benefit of the people. They use it to serve the people. Bad leaders rather use their authority against the people. They use it to oppress the people. They use it to, for self-aggrandizement. They want to show that they are the ones in charge. No, Jesus wasn't trying to show that he was the one in charge by using his authority. The man knew of also that when he was speaking about, look, I'm a man under authority, he spoke about how the leader uses his authority to get things done, legitimate things, not to harass the people or oppress the people. So the fear about authority is usually has to do with the abuse. And it's true that it can be a subject of abuse. That's why when Jesus was talking, he made reference in Luke 22, and you may want to read that from verses 25 to 26. He said, look, in the world, there are certain categories of leaders. There are these leaders who exercise lordship over their people. They exercise authority upon them, yet the people refer to them as benefactors. All right. Those are people who oppress their people. They oppress their people with the authority that they have. That's not how to use authority. All right. He said, but I am also a leader, and I use my authority, but I am among you as one who serves. I use my authority not against the people. I use my authority to get things done in favor of the people, to get things done in order to benefit the people. The focus of the use of authority, therefore, must be to benefit the people. It must be to benefit the people, not to exploit them, not to oppress them, not to demean them. Authority must be used for the purpose for which it is given. It is to aid the work of a leader, and the focus of the work of a leader is adding value to the people, adding what I call legacy value to the people. That's the focus, of the next edition of the Share newsletter. Is coming out tomorrow, so make sure you position yourself, and subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be speaking on how to anchor your leadership and your life, all right, to legacy value. That's the way to make the most of your life, the way to make the most of your life. So that's it. Let me quickly draw your attention as I begin to round up, this edition, to a temptation, that was placed before Jesus, which I call the test he had to pass to qualify, to show that he was, he had the capacity to lead. And it was when the devil came to him, Matthew chapter 4 or Luke chapter 4, as the case may be. You can look at it, the three tests that he was given when he came out of his 40 days, under the tutelage of the Holy Spirit. And the first thing that the devil told him, said, I know that you're hungry, but these are stones, all right? Turn them into bread. Turn them to bread. I mean, you are hungry, you have the power, you have the authority to do so. Turn them into bread. What the devil was doing was setting him up to abuse the power that he had, to abuse the authority that he had been given. And he was smart enough, he knew enough to avoid falling into that trap. He knew enough to avoid falling into that trap. He knew enough to avoid falling into that trap. He said, look, I understand the way to run. I know the principles, by which I lead. And certainly what you're suggesting I do is not one of them. It's not one of them by any means. He said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Okay. So I've not been trained, to lead in this manner. I've not been trained to use the power and the authority that I have as a leader, all right, to serve myself, not to serve my interests, is to serve the interests of the people that I am leading. So he didn't fall into that temptation, proving that, he had one of the very important things that it takes to lead. Now, why would the devil have tempted him with authority, all right, if authority did not matter to leadership? The devil knew that authority matters to leadership, to effective leadership. And that's why he knew that once you abuse your authority, you are not qualified to lead. That's the truth. If you are one who abuses authority, you are not qualified to lead. You are not qualified to lead. All right. Jesus would have been disqualified because he told him, if you are the Son of God, then abuse your authority. He said, no, I won't abuse my authority. That's not what sons are trained to do. I won't abuse my authority. And he did not abuse his authority. So you see, the fact that that was showcased there also, goes to show that authority is crucial. Is crucial. But learn to use it and to use it well. Finally, what are some of your sources? The sources of authority. Some of the sources of authority, I'll just speak to them, highlight them, and probably, showcase them again, maybe a little, I'll speak to them further on Thursday when I, at leadership in 30 minutes. The sources are knowledge. All right. When you know enough, you speak as one who has authority, not as pretenders, not as they call them the scribe in the Bible. Authority can be conferred. When you're appointed to a position, usually authority comes with it. Authority can be gained when your people submit to you. All right. That is, they commit to you. It gives you authority because then you can, more easily, direct them, guide them, give them instruction, and they will very gladly embrace them. There is goodwill also that gives you authority. If you have goodwill with your people, if you have goodwill with anybody, you find that it enhances your ability to speak, all right, to direct, to make demands, to take decisions that they will line up with. And authority can also be delegated. It can be delegated. A leader can delegate his authority to his people to use, up to some level or the other. Those are sources, for building authority that you require to use as a leader. And finally, please note, even in the pursuit of influence, authority, all right, is a source of influence. Authority is a source of influence. What is influence? Influence is the ability to get you to do what I want. All right. And authority is a source of influence. Okay. It will get you to do what I want. All right. So when we're talking about influence, leadership is influence and all of that, let's understand as well that it doesn't rule out the use of authority. But like we said, you just don't want to abuse it. And with that, I would, bring the session to a close. You have the QR code there. Use it, subscribe to the newsletter. 8 editions every month. Each edition is powerful. Read them at your own time. Have a constant stream of knowledge, of counsel. All right. From my over 35 years of experience, and reasonable insight into the Word of God, and build your capacity to lead. Stop complaining about leaders. Build your own capacity to lead and begin to demonstrate, all right, the beauty of leadership at your level. All right. The more all of us do that, the more we create the crop of leaders that will ultimately, get to where we want them to get to and deliver the quality of leadership that we know we need, whichever nation you are in. All right. The world is suffering today because of lack of quality leadership, godly leadership. And well, here is my humble contribution under the auspices of Emet Leadership Academy, to nurturing leaders based on truth. That's what we do at Emet. My name remains Olatunji Shobodu. It's been a pleasure coming to you this morning. Tomorrow is Leaders Pray, and that comes in the evening. And Thursday, Leadership in 30 minutes. Friday, my podcast, The Leadership Riddles. All right. And as you have the time, join me. It's all about leadership. Like John Maxwell said, everything rises or falls on leadership. It's that important. Have a wonderful week. God bless you. Bye bye.